Welcome back to Cabin View Ventures. My name is Nick, and today we are moving some firewood. So any of you guys that follow the channel probably notice it's been a good week since we've uploaded anything, and I have good reason for that. For one, I have 3 kids, I work a full-time job. This is just stuff I do on the side, but it was my youngest son's first birthday, so we had a nice little birthday party for him. And then on top of all that, it has literally rained. It rained for 4 days straight. So today is Wednesday. It started raining Saturday morning and it stopped raining, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It stopped raining Tuesday night at some point. So this has been the first day in 4 days that we've finally had no rain. So everything's still pretty wet, but I just haven't been able to get a lot of work done. If you saw our last video, we were doing some work on the roadside firewood stand. So I'll put a link to that one above in case you haven't seen that. But I was hoping to get that one done by the end of this month. It's gonna be really tough at this point. You know, it is ready to be stained, but with all the rain we've gotten, I just haven't had the ability to stain it, and now I need it to dry out a little bit more before I stain it. So I just keep getting pushed back like weeks at a time on that project. So I'm hoping weather looks pretty decent this week. Hopefully rain holds off and we can get that thing stained this weekend and finally get that project moving forward a little bit. So today, like I mentioned, we are gonna move some firewood and we're gonna do a little comparison. So we're gonna use the Can Am Defender to move the first load, and then we're gonna use the Kubota for the second load. So we're gonna see how much wood we can move using each. So anybody out there that has one of these pieces of equipment, if you only have a side-by-side or you only have a tractor, you know, how much can you move with one load? Now, if we look at the dimensions, so the Can Am, for instance, let's walk back to that bed. So the Can Am has a 3-foot long by 4-foot wide bed. It's about a foot tall on the sides. So, you know, you can heap it a little bit. When you do the measurements on it, you know, you could fit about half of a face cord of firewood in here. So, you know, if you laid that out, it should come out to about an 8-foot long row of firewood, 2 feet high. I cut all my firewood at 16 inches long. So, you know, one row that is 8 feet long by 4 feet tall is a full face cord, or a third of a cord of wood. The Kubota has a 66-inch bucket on the front, and I'm gonna attach the carryall, and I'll show you guys a little bit more. I'll show you this a little bit more in detail once we get it hooked up. But the carryall right here, this has the platform I built for it is 4 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and about 3 feet tall. So when we do all the measurements on the carryall and the bucket, the Kubota should be able to haul a full face cord of firewood at one time. So doubling the capacity of the Can Am Defender. Now the Can Am's gonna move it a little bit faster, so if we actually time this out, it's probably gonna be dead even between the two. So hauling one full face cord of firewood with the Kubota as opposed to 2 loads in the Can Am to get us the same amount of wood, probably gonna do it in the same amount of time. That's not what we're here for. You know, what does it matter if it takes you 2 trips in the Can Am versus 1 in the Kubota, and you're doing it in roughly the same amount of time. So more so for anybody out there that just has, you know, one of these 2 pieces of equipment, or maybe have both and your firewood's in a place your tractor just can't get to. You know, I have that on a lot of my property. You know, I can't get my tractor to where the majority of my firewood comes from on my property. So the only thing I have to use is the side-by-side, you know, or a four-wheeler with a trailer would work as well. So I got my helper with me today. Anthony is going to help me move some firewood. Let's get started and see how much we can move.
This is a bike. This is hard work. It's hard work, Dad. I'm trying to do this. Hard work. But good job. I'm making the day. I see the gloves. Watching where I'm throwing them. Dude, this is almost stewed up, Dad. We're gonna have to hurry up. Yeah. I have 2 more to do. Look what I did.
All right, so that is a heaping pile of hickory, a little bit of ash mixed in there. It's all pretty wet from that 4 days of rain we got. So this is about a max load on this Can Am right here. It's squatted pretty good, and I have the suspension, I have the spring rate almost all the way up. I think I'm like 1 notch from the top. So, you know, it can handle a little bit more, but that's about it right there. All right, so the width of this bay is 8 feet. I've got enough depth for 3 rows of firewood at 16 inches deep. So right here, this spot in here, I've got 4 feet. So we're gonna see how high we can get this load from the Can Am into here. So if it's a, you know, half a face cord, it should fill that 4-foot spot 4 feet tall. All right, let's check it out. So we got 4 feet right to the end. And we got 3 feet. We got 3 feet all the way across. So we're just a little bit shy of half a face cord. So that is 4 feet long by 3 feet high. And that was all we could fit in the back of the Can Am. Now this is really heavy wood. This is all hickory, a little bit of ash mixed into here, and it's all been rained on for like a week. So it's got a little extra weight to it. It's normally heavy firewood as it as it begins, so even heavier. And I didn't stack it super tight because I do need this to dry out a little bit more. So really close to half a face cord. All right, I wanted to give you guys a quick walk around of my carryall and how I built this. Again, there's a lot of good videos on YouTube out there with guys building these things, mainly to carry firewood, but you can make them really versatile. And that's kind of how I built mine. I wanted to be able to carry all kinds of different stuff, whether it was lumber, logs, firewood, skids, whatever it might be. I do not have a set of front forks for my tractor. I really need to get some, but until I do, this thing has kind of covered most of what I need to do with a set of forks. So I have it built in 2 pieces. The back it's removable, but I have the back more fixed. It's a little harder to take the back off than it is the bottom. So the back and the bottom are separate pieces. And I built the bottom like a skid. So you can see I've got the 2x6 that attaches. I've got a 2x platform. I just put a piece of 1x or another piece of 2x4 to give me the depth, and then a couple 1x6s on the bottom to tie everything together so I can slide underneath with the carryall if I just have this sitting on the ground. And then I have this bolted on, so just carriage bolts and then wig nuts, 4 of them total, 2 on each side, that hold that all on. The nice thing with the carriage bolts is they kind of sit flush so they don't get damaged when you're stacking logs in there or anything heavy. And then on the back, I just put this little spacer in here in between the carryall and this board, and then I just bolted right through. Again, 4 of those, and these carryalls already have a bunch of holes drilled into them, so they're really easy to attach a platform to. And then what you're gonna see next is I'm gonna throw the sides on, and I just bought trailer stake pockets, bolted those to the side of it, and then my sides just sit down in here. I still need to get a better method to tie the two together, because once you get firewood stacked in here and it's pressing against the sides, it can really push them out pretty far. So I have a bolt that runs in to hold it right now, but it would be better if I could just maybe just put an eye hook in the top of each one and just throw a bungee cord or a strap across it, just to keep it nice and strong so you can stack that wood as high as you want. So let's throw those on. I'll show you what that looks like. And then this thing needs a little revamp and cleanup. I should probably power wash this thing, let it dry, give it a nice maybe 1 or 2 coats of stain. And then I'm tempted to clean this thing up and paint it orange so it matches the tractor. For any of you John Deere guys out there, you're already in pretty good shape with the paint the paint color that this comes in. But I don't know. We'll save that project for another day maybe. All right, let's grab a tape measure and check it out. It's not gonna be, I think we're gonna be about a foot short on this row. It's still not bad. That's still not bad for one load with the tractor between the bucket and the carryall. Just over 3 feet. Just over 3 feet. So we're just over 3 feet all the way down. So not quite a foot shy of being a face core to firewood. So again, not too bad, you know. That was one load with the side-by-side that got us a 4 foot long by 3 foot tall row of firewood, cut 16 inches long. And then the tractor with the bucket and the carryall got us an 8 foot row, 3 feet tall, and 16-inch logs in that one. So pretty good for 2 relatively quick loads with some common equipment. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. It's starting to get dark. My goal is to hopefully get this one edited tonight and get it up. So, you know, like I said, I'm getting close to that 1 week time frame without any video uploads. So we've got a lot more coming. I've got a ton of projects in the works. So a lot more videos coming up soon. If you like our content, please subscribe, hit that like button, and if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. See you on the next one.